Good afternoon and welcome to New Albany Girls Basketball here on 88.1 WNAS New Albany. This is the Teamsters Local Union number 89 pregame show. I am Miss Fisher and I am joined by
Lydia Cosper.
We had a lovely, nice frigid drive up here to Avon. It just started snowing as we walked inside, so maybe we'll have a little bit of a early white Christmas.
Yes.
When we leave.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to, me too. We were talking about it the whole way up here. But regardless, again, this is the Teamsters Local Union number 89 pregame show. New Albany Girls Basketball, rough start to the season under new coach Kelsey Taylor. No fault of her own. This program has had its struggles over the last couple of years, but what I can speak to is that we've seen it all season. The culture of this team is completely different. The girls are playing with heart. Coach Taylor is so passionate about what she is doing. And, you know, despite having no wins yet on the season, you can just tell that the togetherness and just the gelling of the team is on a level that I have yet to see while I've been here at New Albany.
Right. This is my third game I have called for New Albany Girls Basketball this year. I did go to a few last year, and I can see such a stark contrast in how that team played last year and how they played this one. They are just motivated to play together. They're connected. You know, I talk about this every game, but I see them doing team bonding and just enjoying each other's company, and that team connection is so powerful. And I think that's something that makes them play harder. You know, this is a team that wants to win, that feels like they can win, and is going to do everything they can to win. Even though New Albany Girls Basketball is currently 0-6, they have had some tough games and have played their heart out, starting off the season against Silver Creek in a loss 67-52, Bulldogs
Against the state.
52.
We think
Silver
a team will
Creek.
probably see it state.
Yes, Silver Creek should be going to state. So the fact that they kept it within 20 points
points.
is impressive itself, honestly, for the Lady Bulldogs. Then at the Corden tournament, some intense games, 48-47, a 1-point loss against South Knox.
That was I went to the Corden tournament by myself that first night. I have never seen so much heart on a basketball court in my life. I think, and when I was speaking to both Bailey and Jalen, who are in the WNAS program, one thing that they told me was, you know, we played them over the summer. We only beat them by one, but we beat them by one. So they are a beatable team. And then to lose by one was a little ironic, but it still, there was a glimmer of hope in those girls after that game. A tough loss, but still there was something there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Their following game against Corden Central, they only lost by 4 points. Another tough game that I believe was ended because of fouls. It
did come down to fouls in that game. And one thing just to kind of look at so far this season, New Albany from the free throw line is shooting about 62%. They're 20 for 32 at the free throw line. Now, this does not include statistics from the Corden tournament, only because I was a one-man show there. I couldn't do everything at once. But in the other games that we have been at and we have covered, they are only shooting about 62.5% from the free throw line. And those are free points, Lydia. I mean, you lose one game by 1. They lost to Corden by 4. And that right there, that's 5 points that you maybe could have gotten at the line had you gotten there and had you made that shot. And I believe just this past weekend against Evansville Rights, they shot 6 for 10 from the free throw line, so not really helping that statistic go up. But I think that should really be a big point of focus for Coach Taylor and her squad, is getting those points where they can, especially because they've just kind of gone back-to-back against really aggressive defenses, and you saw that last weekend against Rights.
Evansville Rights is a tough team. Their defense was swarming. The Lady Bulldogs would not let them get past that half-court line even.
Oh, my goodness, no.
It was always 2 ladies on the ball on whoever had it for the Bulldogs. It was an intense game.
And even Columbus North had them pressed for pretty much the entire game. I think they kind of let up in the third quarter, but that's when New Albany started to score and get kind of close to them. They lost that one by 7, but that was after the third quarter. Columbus was like, well, let's not lose grip of this game, and then they applied that pressure back.
Yes.
And that's where we ended up seeing New Albany kind of have a little bit of trouble. But again, how much of that do you think you could have saved had you hit those open baskets at the free throw line?
Absolutely. So that's something that the Lady Bulldogs are looking to work on and fix this game. Hopefully, Coach Taylor looking for her first win of the season. This isn't a home game, but a win is a win.
A win is always a win, Lydia. I think that coming up to Indianapolis, and I had kind of talked to you about this in the car. I worked with a couple of schools while I was in college here in Indianapolis, and the difference between, like, you know, playing down in our area versus playing up here in Indianapolis is it's like we can look at Avon coming into this game today with a 3-4 record and say, maybe they're not as strong as they normally are. But then you look at the strength of the opponents they're playing. At Decatur Central, Noblesville, not Evansville, Terre Haute, Vigo, and Pike. I mean, huge schools here in Indianapolis. I mean, the competition is a little fiercer. And I mean, just looking at the wall in their conference, they've got Zionsville, Westfield, Noblesville, Hamilton Southeastern, Franklin Central, Fishers, and Brownsburg, all extremely strong athletic programs. So you can't look at a record of an Indianapolis school and say, they're not great. They're not great for Indianapolis standards, but take them out anywhere else. They play ferocious.
Exactly.
They play tough.
Indiana basketball is on another level.
It's its own thing.
I was trying to explain that to my Kentucky friends, just like the culture around Indiana basketball and around Indiana high school radio stations.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that's an Indiana thing.
It is such an Indiana thing, and I'm kind of obsessed with it.
Yeah, I'm proud to be a Hoosier in these moments here.
Oh, in these moments, especially.
Calling a basketball game up in Indy. I will say I do have family who live around here. A lot of my family is up in
Lydia's
Avon
family.
and Indy. Hello, Aunt Jerry. So coming up here, my mom was like, well, you know, your family might be at the game. And my cousins have now graduated. I think some of them did go to Avon. But whenever we come up here, it's gorgeous.
So
huge,
beautiful.
And it's very nice. But whenever we come up here for Christmas time and stuff, everyone talks about basketball. Do you play ball? Do you play ball yet? Do you still play ball?
Oh,
Does
I
your
got
brother
that
play
question
ball?
every year. As a tall girl, they were like, so you playing basketball yet? No.
Yeah. I told them, I was like, well, I play ice hockey. And they're like, oh, okay.
I'd rather broadcast it. I don't want to get injured. I got dance tomorrow. Like,
right. So hopefully they'll appreciate that I'm at least at the games.
In Avon, you are in the vicinity. But I would like to just take a second. New Albany Girls Basketball does want to thank their radio sponsors this season for the support of their program. Those are DMLO's CPAs, M14 Hoops Louisville, as well as New Washington State Bake. So Coach Taylor and the girls want to give you guys a big thank you for your support of all of their endeavors this season. But Lydia, I'm excited. I haven't called a game in so long.
I know, it's going to be great.
This doesn't happen very often, and I'm glad it doesn't happen very often because it's about you guys. But every once in a while, it's fun. Unfortunately,
my partner could not be here. The impending snowstorm sent her home. But once again, you're listening to the Teamsters Local Union number 89 pregame show here on 88.1 WNAS New Albany. We've got about 2 minutes on the clock until this begins, and we're going to send it off to some of our underwriting grant sponsors.
This broadcast of New Albany Athletics on WNAS is being brought to you by the support of the following underwriting grant sponsors: 323 Inc., 413 Fitness, Abersold Forest, Amanda Braden with Schuler Bauer, Annie Lou's Pet Sitting Service, Auto Warehouse, Awaiting Serenity Massage Therapy, LLC, Be Kind Shirts, Bliss Travel Inc., Bulldog Tax Service Inc., Caesars Foundation of Floyd County, Calumet Club, Camp Quality Kentuckiana, Candy Pierce with Jan Schultz Realtors, Casa of Floyd County, and Chestnuts and Pro.
This athletic broadcast on WNAS is being brought to you by the support of the following underwriting grant sponsors: CLLB Law, Clarksville Little Theater, A Clean Start LLC, Cody and Neely Law Office, Copier Mart, Cornerstone Foundation and Waterproofing LLC, Derby Dinner Playhouse, Discovery Time 2.
EatSleepWrestle.com, Encore School of Music and Arts, English Roofing, First Harrison Bake, Floyd County Animal Rescue League, and the Floyd County Library.
Welcome back to the Teamsters Local Union number 89 pregame show here on 88.1 WNAS FM New Albany. I want to go ahead and highlight some key players who I think are going to be important to the Lady Bulldogs game today. Claire Webster is my immediate, whoever pops in my head. She is killer, and she's having a great season. She's only a sophomore, so we have so much more to see from her coming into this. She's also a star soccer player and goalkeeper, so she's – and same with Bailey Belden.
Bailey Belden.
And now she is double rostered, JV and varsity for the Lady Bulldogs. So we'll see if we get to see her today playing on varsity. But Bailey Belden is a star soccer player.
Oh, yes.
And, like, that's her sport.
That's her
this girl
stuff.
is killer.
She's killer.
So her and Webster have a really good bond, and seeing them out there in both sports, how they bounce off each other. Now, to be fair, Webster is a goalie in soccer, so we don't see them interact
Bailey
as much.
Scores.
Bailey scores, yes. So
she do be scoring.
They're on opposite sides of the field.
That's okay.
But here
the
they're
vibes.
connected.
The vibes are good.
Absolutely. So those two are people to watch coming into it.
Yes.
Also, Gracie Matheny, who is the Lady Bulldogs' leading scorer for the majority of their games. She has been having a great season and leading the New Albany charge.
This athletic broadcast on WNAS is being brought to you by the support of the following underwriting grant sponsors: Cause Body Shop, Knights of Columbus, Kraft Sporting Goods, LP Marketing, Legacy Pizza, Libs Paving Company, Limelight Photography, Lorch Neville Ward LLC, Louisville Orthopedic Clinic, Louisville Telegrams, Lion Roofing, McKinney Law Office, Mansion 1886, Maple Manor Christian Home, and Mariposa Consignments.
This athletic broadcast on WNAS is being brought to you by the support of the following underwriting grant sponsors: Mathis Pharmacy, Maxwell's House of Music, Myers White Incorporated, Midtown Print Company, Miracle Method Surface Refinishing, Mustard Seed, City of New Albany, the New Albany Housing Authority, the New Albany Lions Club, the New Albany Professional Firefighters Union, New Washington State Bank, The Odd Shop, Olmsted Parks Conservancy, and Olive Tree Resources.
This athletic broadcast on WNAS is being brought to you by the support of the following underwriting grant sponsors: Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services, and What Message Are You Sending? Paget Inc., Pearl Street Treats, Periago Orthodontics, Plainview Cleaners, Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local 502, Richard Poe Family Dentistry, Red Barn Antique Mall LLC, Remax Ability First, Elliot Quillo and Marlena White, Rub & Butts, Ruoff Mortgage, Sacred Rose Medicinals, Samsel Sound DJ and Videographer, and Shad Long.
Welcome back to New Albany Athletics here on 80.1 WNAS New Albany. We would like to take a moment to apologize for that very abrupt pause there. We went straight into the national anthem and did not know it was coming. That is on us. But we are getting into the starting lineups, starting with the New Albany Bulldogs. Little bit of a switch up. We've seen the main core four stay the same, those being Claire Webster, Gracie Matheny, Jalen Huggins, Emily Spainhauer. But today, Tori Bailey makes her way into the starting lineup, the senior.
Yes.
The lone senior besides Chloe Beckel, making her first start today.
This is her first time starting. Like I said, I've been here the past 3 games, and I've never got to see Chanel play, but she is currently out. And we're hoping to see her back, I believe, next week. She may be back.
She had a concussion in the Corden tournament, so she's been taking it easy as always. We always want to make sure that players stay healthy so they can come back and play hard.
Yes.
And Chanel is somebody who does, in fact, play very hard. She was one of the leading scorers for the Bulldogs before that injury. But we've seen a lot of people kind of step up and fill that role. Claire Webster being a big one. Chloe Beckel had a great game.
She did.
Against Evansville. I believe that was Evansville. It might have been Columbus North, but she had very recently had a very good game.
It was Evansville Rights where she had that killer game, and that was the past game, actually. She started and came out with, like, points immediately on the board. She was my camp quality player of the game that game for her amazing performance.
Oh, she was great.
And the game before that, we saw Emma Ludden stepping in to be
Emma Kennel.
Emma Kennel. I don't know who Emma Ludden is.
I don't either, but I had to make sure we were back on track there.
Emma Kennel came in. I believe that's someone I know, actually. She came in and was the starting player for New Albany instead of Chanel. So we're lining up at the tip-off now. Huggins taking it, passes it back to New Albany, but it is intercepted by Avon. Passing it to the top of the key, dribbling around looking for an opening. New Albany's defense coming out strong. Shot. And that is a score, 2 points for Avon, scored by Sanaya Davenport there. And she is the leading scorer for Avon. Also a freshman, so we're looking to see a good game from her.
And that's exciting. A lot of time to develop if you're scoring that much as a freshman. Reminds me of Gracie last season.
Absolutely. Webster now with the ball down for New Albany, up to Matheny, dribbling back to Webster. Pass almost intercepted by Avon. Shot does not make it. Rebounded by Huggins. Huggins is one of my favorite players for the New Albany team, just to watch her play. So I have my Huggins is awesome counter. For those of you who have been tuning in, this is my second day counting how many times Huggins.
Jalen Huggins is just awesome, and
Yes.
she is very awesome. She has really, really stepped up in her aggression under the basket. That's something last season that we were kind of missing on that New Albany squad. But Emily Spainhour as well, who right now is playing heavy defense, was somebody who we needed to step up for New Albany as
Absolutely.
well.
But she has maybe been stepping up a little too much with all of her fouls that she has been getting. And so hopefully she can have a better game with that. I believe she had 4 last game and was still in the game. So she's a key player but needs to keep her elbows in. Shot by Gracie Matheny. That one goes in for New Albany. The score is now 2-2. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first period.
One thing you missed under there, Jalen Huggins' is awesome moment. Another
Oh,
board
yes.
for her off of a Claire Webster missed shot.
Absolutely. 2 Jalen Huggins is awesome moments, and we're a minute and a half in. Shot by Avon, rebounded by Matheny, dribbling down court. Pass off to Bailey in the corner, shot for 3. Air ball there. Rebounded by Webster, out to Spainhour, back up to Bailey at the top of the key. Matheny now with the ball, calling for a play, anything. Huggins with the ball. Pass off to Webster for a 3. Bounces in the rim and back out. Rebounded by Huggins, though. That's going on the Huggins' awesome count. And Webster is somewhat, like I said earlier, somewhat my person to watch. But she just hits 3 after 3 after 3 and racks up those points that way. And every time she shoots, she goes, yes, yes. And she pumps up the crowd, pumps up her team, and keeps them motivated and energetic. Pass in from Matheny to Webster. Off to Spainhour in the corner for a 3.
Oh,
that one is
that
going
is
to go
Emily's
in.
favorite shot. She takes threes pretty often, but if she can get herself settled into the corner, 99% of the time that's going to fall. Most of the shots she's taken outside of the arc have not made it into that corner because the ball just hasn't gotten over there. And the second they get it over there, get a load of that.
Absolutely. Spainhour it's good to see her in this game, and seems like her head is in this game better than it was versus Evansville Rights. So it is good to see her back in the game. Absolutely. It is currently 5-2 New Albany in the lead. No, it's not. It is 5-5. Avon just scored a 3-pointer, and that was I believe
Michaela Butts.
Yes, and she is the only senior on this team, which is mostly made up of sophomores and juniors, which I found fascinating. 2 freshmen, whole bunch of juniors and sophomores, and 1 senior for this Avon team. So this is not their peak year. I think the next 2 years we're going to see
That's
incredibly.
what New Albany looks like. You've got a majority sophomore
That's true.
squad. 3 of the people on the court for New Albany are sophomores as that ball gets stolen away by Sanaya Davenport.
Pass off at the basket, looking for a layup, was Harris. L.A. Harris, that did not see through. Actually went out, so the Bulldogs are going to take it in. Or no, Avon. Avon is passing it in from behind the basketball goal. Shot does not make it. Rebounded by Spainhour, but Huggins was right there, let me tell you. She was right there.
Oh, they can see.
Matheny looking for an opening, dribbling around off to Webster. Some hard defense there, but cannot take Webster out. Back up to her, dribbling in to the basket. Shot does not make it.
There's just a
Rebounded
lid
by Avon.
on that basket for Claire so far this game. She's thrown up 4 shots. None have fallen yet for her.
Looking to change that, though. Avon with the shot. That was Michaela Butts again. Rebounded by Webster to Matheny. Dribbling down court, slowing it down. Matheny has seemed to be the person in control for most of these games. Her or Webster, the 2 of them, and their connection, trying to control the team, the spirit, how aggressive they're playing.
She's just a great leader.
Honestly, the 2 of them really are. Matheny's really good
Ooh.
with. That was a 3-pointer by
Scary.
Spainhour. Bounced off the backboard, did not make it. Was that a Huggins rebound? I don't think it was. But this one might be. No. It's okay. It's okay, Jalen. It's all right. I still love you. All right, Avon taking the ball back down court. That is Butts. Dribbling. Driving to the basket with a shot. That was Larson, did not make it. And Larson, you can tell she's very tall, but she's actually not the tallest player on this Avon team.
We haven't seen her yet.
No, we have not seen. But Angel O'Male, O'Malley, she is the tallest player for that Avon team. And that is a three-pointer, or two. That was for two. Gracie Matheny, that is her 4th point she has scored. 4 points total she has scored this game out of New Albany's 7. So proving to everyone that she is the leading scorer for New Albany for a reason. It's currently 5-7 with 2 minutes and 36 seconds left in the first period. Battle at the basket, rebounded by Jalen Huggins. I know that's right. That is number 4, Jalen Huggins' awesome moments in our first period. She has the ball. She's dribbling. She takes a shot. That's 5, even if it didn't go in. That's all right.
It's okay. Big Jalen Huggins fans.
Big
on
dub
this
right there.
broadcast, guys.
Big dub. Shot by Avon, bounces off the backboard. Refs are going to call.
They're going to get one. I can't tell if that was on Gracie or it was on Gracie Matheny. They're going to get her on a shove there.
Avon is going to, is there?
They will not shoot. That one was on the floor, so they will just inbound on baseline here.
Gotcha. That is my one fault. I cannot read ref calls for the life of me.
It's a little hard sometimes. They aren't always clear.
They're so far away, and yeah. That's what I'll blame it on.
That one they're going to get Huggins there. They're going to say she got a little too much hand on the tallest player on the court, Angel O'Malley. She's going to go to the line to shoot 2. But Jalen Huggins, again, we had mentioned this earlier, that aggression under the basket can turn problematic very quickly, especially if you get a little too much of a hand or an arm.
Yes.
It can cause some issues.
So I remember from my basketball days, I kept fouling and fouling out, so I had to quit and play hockey.
So you could foul all the time, and
so
it
I
would
could
be
get
fine.
ejected and suspended, which did both happen. Whoops. But yeah, basketball is not my sport. Love to watch it, though. Love to be here calling these games. Proud to be a part of this program. Webster is carrying the ball down for the Bulldogs. Oh, pass to Bailey, which was not received, but she ran down and grabbed it. The refs are going to call.
Yeah, that's an over and back. So if they've got possession, they send that over half court. That's going to just give possession right back to Avon. But good on Tori Bailey for trying to get down there. I think what the idea is, if you get down there, and obviously Avon's going to get the ball, maybe if they get it before you, you can play some defense on that shot. But if she touches the ball first, that does result in an automatic turnover there for the Bulldogs.
Yep. Avon passed it in straight to Gracie Matheny, but right back out. So it looks like Avon is going to take the ball in again from the baseline.
This is where New Albany has struggled a lot, is on the inbound. They always have a little bit of trouble not only stopping the ball from getting in, but also once that ball gets in, blocking a shot, which you almost saw a three-pointer just go up quick and easy for Eli Harris.
Absolutely. The game against Evansville Rights, they had girls who could shoot from the volleyball line.
Oh, it was
absurd. It was insane. And I always told people, if I was a star basketball player, I would just learn how to shoot from half court and just do that the entire time. And they wouldn't
never
be able
know
to stop
what was
me.
coming. Yep.
And I think Evansville Rights actually did take that strategy.
And
they were a tough team to defend, being all the way out at the volleyball line, half court line, just putting up threes.
It was just absurd.
It was incredible to watch, though, I can tell you
and
that.
what we missed there, Emily Spanauer tripped up an Oriole. Can't recall who, but I believe it was Carruthers who's entering the game. So that's just going to be on the floor, inbounding.
It's currently 5-7. There's 1 minute and 27 seconds left in the first period. The Dogs are up 7 to the 5.
Just kidding.
Nope.
Not
now
anymore.
it is tied 7-7. Avon versus the New Albany Bulldogs.
Sanaya Davenport going to get the 2 points there.
Again, the leading scorer. We're looking to see a lot from her tonight. Matheny passing the ball to Webster. Pass off, and it looks like there's going to be a shove from
Let's see.
On the Bulldogs. Foul on
Eli Harris. Not on the Bulldogs. On the Orioles, rather.
Yeah.
New Albany gets the inbound because it was on the floor.
My lingo is not up today.
It's
I'll tell
okay.
you that.
If they hit them on the shot, then they shoot 2, or they shoot however many that point was going to be worth.
Gotcha.
If it's on the
Second
floor, they
quarter,
just
I'll lock
inbound.
in. Don't worry.
Okay.
I just got to get warmed up.
Have no fear. Lydia will lock
I
in,
will
guys.
lock in.
Do not worry. Locked in Lydia is loading.
I will stop getting sidetracked and talking about my Aunt Jerry. Webster with the 3. Bounces off the rim, rebounded by Beckel. Oh, but it goes out. Ball is back in Avon's. Oh,
I think they're gonna say it went
in.
out on Avon. Good job by Chloe Beckel. I mean, I really just love the way that she plays.
I do too. We said she was Chloe the Eiffel Tower Beckel. She is a foreign exchange student from France, so that is fitting. So as well as that, this is the only year that the Bulldogs will have her on their team. But she has adjusted well. She certainly has. And she's become a leading player. Matheny going right around all these defensemen with the layup. Does not make it, but that was beautiful.
Yes, and she
Two girls on her, dribbled right around them.
Oh, yeah, and she's going to draw a foul, though. That one's going on Sanaya Davenport, so that's going to send not Claire. Let me try again. Gracie Matheny to the line to shoot 2.
And this is somewhere that the Bulldogs have struggled. Jinx, look at us.
Oh, my goodness.
We're so in sync.
I love it. Bye, bye, bye. Oh, lovely.
That's like the In Sync song.
Yes, that's why I did that. You're so good, Lydia. She's locking in, guys. You're hearing it in real time.
My caffeine's kicking in. My giant Starbucks drink. Matheny's first free throw does go in, and the second one does as well. That is a good change from what we're usually seeing with the Bulldogs and their free throws.
Their woes at the charity stripe have been immense.
For now. Knock on wood. That is the 6 point I have for Matheny.
I concur.
So see if she keeps that up. A layup by Avon does not make it in. Rebounded by Chloe Beckel. Out to Matheny. Dribbling it in. Avon's defense is picking up a bit, getting a little more intense and on the players.
I'm surprised they're not pressing just yet because New Albany has gotten a lot quicker at getting across the court and their ball movement has improved.
Spanar with the 3 does not make it. Rebounded by Avon. And that is the first period. It is 7-9. New Albany has 9. And they are in the lead. And real quick, we're going to cut it to our underwriting sponsors. You're listening to 88.1 WNAS New Albany.
This athletic broadcast on WNAS is being brought to you by the support of the following underwriting grant sponsor: Schmidt Furniture, Schneck Mental Health and Wellness, Sharp Images, Bond Salon, Stephanie Young Counseling Services, Sword Sport and Wellness, and Sounds Unlimited Productions.
Sweet Stuff Bakery, Talk to the Tail Pet Salon, Happens, Toby's Lawn and Landscape, County Councilman Tony Taran, Touchdown Business Solutions.
This athletic broadcast on WNAS is being brought to you by the support of the following underwriting grant sponsors: 2 Grand Piano, Uncommon Cups and Cones, Valley View Golf Club, Westmoreland Pharmacy, The Wishing Well Thrift Store, Wordsmith Bakery, Young at Heart Christian Preschool, and Your Salon of the Knobs.
And welcome back to 88.1 WNAS New Albany. Currently, we are covering the New Albany versus the Avon Orioles game, ladies basketball today. New Albany is up 9-7.
A little bit of a low-scoring affair so far.
They're passing it, already rolling. Matheny with the ball, dribbling down to Spainhour, looking for something. I expect her to go for a 3 every time I see her with the ball. That's her typical shot, especially from that corner.
Unless it's a board ball, she pulls it in, she throws it right back up.
Absolutely, she does. Webster defending the ball. Defense. Avon's defense picking up like crazy. Had almost 3 girls on Webster right there.
Sanaya Davenport. Yeah, that is her second.
Second or third?
That's her second this game. That's the first this quarter for the Orioles. So something to just watch out. No trouble just yet. Want to keep it under 3, though, before you head to halftime. Because then after that, you get to crunch time. And then, you have the potential for some people to foul out. And that's not what you ever want to see.
Absolutely. We want to keep it out of foul trouble for both teams. And that's something that you could have told 4th grade me, and I still wouldn't have listened to you. Looks like there's a call.
Yeah, Gracie trying to bring that ball in. It gets kind of knocked away by Leigh Harris. But Gracie's going to pick up a foul here on the floor. Didn't really catch what that call was there, but she now has 2. So Bailey Belden going to pop on in.
We talked about her earlier. She is double rostered, usually plays JV, but she has been in for the past 3 games that
And
I have
she's
called.
a great defenseman.
She really
plays
is.
really great defense on the court. She gets just physical enough, but not too physical.
She's proved herself and proved her place on this court with the rest of the team. Avon looking to score with a 3. Does not make it in. Rebounded by New Albany. And that is Belden. Spanauer with a shot. That one goes in. That's going to be another 2 points for New Albany.
And that's going to be an and 1 for Emily Spanauer. Like I said, those board points are just right under the basket points. Those gritty points are Emily's favorite unless she gets that open corner. But now she's going to take her extra shot, her bonus shot here, to see if she can get the Bulldogs up by 5.
And this is a really positive start. New Albany has had a rough season so far, being 0-6. Coach Taylor finally changing that pattern around. And I will say the Bulldogs have played great this season.
And here's a stat for you, Lydia. 12 points, 6 are Gracie's and 6 are Emily's.
Wow. Well, they have both had a great game and are in the running to be our Camp Quality Kentuckiana Players of the Game.
Yes. Because we're going to see a foul here on the that one going on Jalen Huggins. That is now
No.
That is her second foul. Unfortunately, a little too physical under the basket. It's going to send Aaliyah Carruthers to the line to shoot 2.
I don't think there's any such thing as being too physical under the basket. If you get that ball, that's your ball.
I'm going to have to say that there definitely is. And we might have just witnessed it. But Carruthers will now shoot her second shot after making the first.
Score is 12-8. New Albany is 12. There's 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second period of this game. Webster starting off, driving down the court. Intercepted by Avon, running right back down with the layup. That's going to go in, making the score 12-11. New Albany still with that 1 point lead. Looks like the game is speeding up and getting more intense.
Jump
2
ball
players
called
right there on Tori Bailey.
Yeah, Tori Bailey and Narville a little caught up with the ball. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession's going to point to the Orioles, who really just got a lot of steam power here in the last, 20 seconds. They're on offense again, driving potentially to take the lead here. And they will.
And that was scored by
McKaylee Butts.
Again, she's the only senior on the team.
And that leadership is apparent.
Almost another jump ball there. Team up on Emily Spanauer. Yeah, this Avon defense is stepping up out of nowhere, more or less. Spanauer with a 3, does not make it. Rebounded by Bailey. Shot, does not make it again. Rebound off of Avon's hands to Spanauer. Back to Webster. And out to Bailey. She's always going for 3-pointers. Pass to Webster. Bounces off of the hands of Avon and out.
Good, smart play there by Claire Webster, because every once in a while you'll see a player try to reach that and corral that back in, but if you know you weren't the last person to touch it, shoot. Let it go.
Absolutely. And the ball is going to get taken from Spanauer. Taken back down court by Avon with the shot. Bounces off the rim, does not go in. Rebound, doesn't make it either, and the ball's out.
And that one is going to go to New Albany on the possession there. So the Orioles will retreat after the most aggressive stand we've seen them make so far this afternoon. Bailey now to inbound.
And that is Tori Bailey, not Bailey Belden.
Well, we're on a last name basis around here.
Yes.
As Coach Taylor calls a timeout, and may I just say, the Coach Taylor fits, the outfits, have been so fun for me.
No,
I love a little bit of fashion. I do love fashion.
Bringing the fun.
Bringing the fun, the fresh, the fashion. The fashion. The fashion.
But the Bulldogs are off to a relatively good start comparing to their bit of a dismal record they've had so far.
And not even that. It's just when you lose, especially last weekend to Evansville Rights, what a defeating loss. I mean, you see Evansville Reitz on the schedule. It doesn't matter if you're going to Evansville or if you're staying at home. That's a hard team to beat. They've got a historically really, really strong basketball program. So a lot of people would feel deflated after losing the way that they lost that game. But, hey, look, after some Thanksgiving dinner and a week of practice, the Bulldogs are looking refreshed, rejuvenated, and pretty good.
There has been a pattern, I will say, with the Bulldogs coming out on top and then losing it in the second half of the game. I saw that in the game against Columbus North, where they started out really strong and in the lead and then ended up losing by 8 or 7. Lost by 7. So the Bulldogs are looking to break that streak, and this defense is pressing on them, not letting them get any sort of opening. Out to Belden. Yeah. 2 people on the ball at all times. This is looking like the Evansville Reitz defense all over again. Maybe a little bit of PTSD for the Lady Bulldogs.
Oh. Belden's going to turn that ball over again. That's just a rough spot to be in as McKinley Butts misses the mark on that 3-point shot. It's going to go out of bounds. Tori Bailey going to be on the inbound here. One thing I do have to say is that despite the second halves being a little treacherous for New Albany, the stamina of the team and the energy that they play with through all 4 quarters is very different than what we saw last year. Last year, they'd go into the locker room at halftime and they'd come out and they just looked defeated before the game was even over. This year, I haven't seen that yet. They've really played all 4 quarters very strong.
Yes.
And I think that's just a good change. You can see that they are really, really trying hard because they really, really want to win for Coach Taylor. She just has changed the culture, the vibes. Everything is so great. But that stamina was a big thing that I'm glad was addressed while they were out of season.
Absolutely, and just the confidence that they can put up a good game and that it's not over. And especially in basketball, it is not over until that clock says 0. And that's a 3-pointer for Claire Webster there.
The lid is off of the basket finally for Claire Webster. She's taken now 6 shots. That's the first one to fall for her today.
But she is a really good shot. This is a new thing I'm seeing from her. Most of her shots from the games I've called and from my observance have gone in. So hopefully she can start playing as we've seen. And that was a beautiful block by Huggins.
Jalen
spiked it into the wall.
Hand up to her mouth. She is in absolute disbelief. Now, obviously, I'm not on the floor. I'm not an official. I can't really see. But from our vantage point, Lydia, it kind of looks like she got all ball, but I will not speculate. We are too far away. We are not officials.
That is true.
We are just officially stating our opinions.
And I'm officially stating that is going on the Huggins is awesome counter, and that is going to be 6. The score is 15 to 14 now, with the Bulldogs in the lead by 1. 3 minutes and 34 seconds left in the second period. Taking the second free throw right here is Avon. And that was going to make it in as well, making this a tie game.
And Aaliyah Carruthers has shot perfect, 4 for 4 from that charity stripe. Again, a weakness of the Bulldogs that hasn't reared its head just yet, as they are 3 for 3 from the line so far today.
It's a good change to see for them. Spainhour right at the basket with the layup.
Again, those gritty under the basket shots that Emily takes, they usually pan out for her. And so far today, they're panning out.
And that's going to bring the score to 17 to 15. Bulldogs in the lead. 3 minutes and 8 seconds left in the second period. So this is far from over, but it seems to be moving a lot quicker and a lot more intense than it had the first period. Seems like everyone has woken up now, especially Webster with her first shot having gone in. A layup by Avon, tie again.
And Erica Larson, someone who's taken a lot of shots, finally getting them to fall. That is just her first points of the afternoon. She's put up 5 shots. That's the first to fall for her.
And we will be hearing more stats in our County Councilman Tony Turan stat recap.
That was good.
Was that a good transition there?
That was fantastic, Lydia. You're learning.
I know. I can finally say Turan instead of Torin.
Hey, and that's part of the process.
Some good defense by Chloe Beckel. She is 6 foot at least, so comes natural to her. Layup by Avon, and again, it looks like that was
Elena Narvel and Emily Spainhour falling to the floor there, looking for a call just on that, a little shove. But she's not going to get it.
Ball bounces off of Webster's feet into Avon's hands, but
let's see,
the whistle is blown.
We got it was like a blocking foul on Claire Webster, so that one's going to go the other way. Those are here come the turnovers. Now, obviously fouls are a problem, but a lot of times, unless those fouls are under the basket, blocking fouls on the ground, you're not changing possession. But these fouls like this are the ones that really just bite at the ankles of New Albany. Those blocking fouls are just absolutely lethal.
Absolutely. And is that her second or third layup right there?
Erica Larson?
Yeah.
That's her second. But
she-
she's starting to heat up,
Absolutely.
which does not look good for New Albany.
She is too tall to be easily defended.
And
by
same
the
thing for
Bulldogs.
Chloe Beckel.
Hitting the same strategy there. Another basket right
I'm going
there.
to go out on a limb here and say the tall girls know what they're good at, and that's getting under the basket and throwing it up above everybody else around you.
With a three-pointer that bounces off the basket and is rebounded by Matheny. Passed down to Tori Bailey. She had 4 defensemen on her right there. It looks like she might have gotten hit. Webster with the shot, does not make it. An attempted rebound by Beckel. But it looks like that is out, or a foul.
On Sanaya Davenport, that's her third.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at some issues when it comes to fouls. 2 people sitting with 3 fouls in this game, them being Sanaya Davenport and Jalen Huggins, 2 very strong defenders in a little bit of a pickle.
Absolutely, and Davenport is the leading scorer for Avon. So if she were to be out, that would be an issue for them. And Matheny with a beautiful three-pointer right there from that corner.
Gracie Matheny, thank you so much. That was beautiful. We had a great shot of that up here, too.
A three-pointer trying to return it from Avon. Bounces against the rim and right back out.
And Sanaya Davenport a little frustrated, looking for a foul impacting her landing there on Tori Bailey,
Another
but she'll
three.
throw another one.
Does not make it. Looks like that went off of, to me it looked like it went off the feet of Matheny.
That's enough to rule possession in favor of the Orioles here. They're going to set up to inbound. And again, this is one of those moments. New Albany's up 1 point, 36 seconds left, 22-21. And Gracie Matheny going to take that inbound.
Defense already all over her. Yeah, the step up of the defense has been impressive, and that is going to be
a travel. They're going to get Gracie Matheny. That foot must not have been fully planted as she kind of pivoted around, but I don't blame her. She kind of looked like a ballerina inside of a little jewelry box. I mean, she's spinning around on 1 foot better than I could do at this point in my life. But again, it must have a little bit of shuffling, but that's hard when you've got 2 defenders right on top of you and you're trying to maintain possession of the ball. As, you know, the Orioles do everything they can to maintain possession and run out the rest of this quarter.
And call on the play. Looks like it's going to be in the Bulldogs' favor. Call on Narvell. See what.
And again, these turnover possessions, Lydia, they in a moment like that, I mean, you could tell Davenport was setting up her girls to just kind of stand there and wait for the end of the quarter, but now, and they're going to get the ball right back.
Avon with the steal, and that was with 3 defenders right in the corner on top of 2 New Albany players.
Oh, a very, very, very unpopular call for New Albany fans. Gracie Matheny under the basket. They're trying to stop that last-second shot by Avon, who I believe that shot going up was Davenport. Nope, not Davenport, rather Butts under the basket. Very unpopular call. You saw everyone rise up to their feet there.
Yeah, it got loud in here for a minute.
I was a little scared. Gracie now joins the club of not a club you want to be in, but
a 3 foul club. There is
stinky fouls.
There is 0.3 seconds left on this clock, and it is 22-22.
Oh, screw it. The basket's down there somewhere. Just throw it.
And that free throw does not make it in, but it's rebounded, shot up, and again does not make it in. That's going to take us into halftime. The score is 22-22, tie game. Both teams playing hard and playing a good game. We're going to send it over to our underwriting grant sponsors, making programming possible here on 88.1 WNAS New Albany.
This broadcast of New Albany Athletics on WNAS is being brought to you by the support of the following underwriting grant sponsors: 323 Inc., 413 Fitness, Abersold Forest, Amanda Braden with Schuler Bauer, Annie Lou's Pet Sitting Service, Auto Warehouse, Awaiting Serenity Massage Therapy, LLC, Be Kind Shirts, Bliss Travel Inc., Bulldog Tax Service Inc., Caesars Foundation of Floyd County, Calumet Club, Camp Quality Kentuckiana, Candy Pierce with Jan Schultz Realtors, CASA of Floyd County, and Chestnuts and Pearl.
This athletic broadcast on WNAS is being brought to you by the support of the following underwriting grant sponsors: CLLB Law, Clarksville Little Theater, A Clean Start LLC, Cody and Neely Law Office, Copier Mart, Cornerstone Foundation and Waterproofing LLC, Derby Dinner Playhouse, Discovery Time 2.
EatSleepWrestle.com, Encore School of Music and Arts, English Roofing, First Harrison Bake, Floyd County Animal Rescue League, and the Floyd County Library.
This athletic broadcast on WNAS is being brought to you by the support of the following underwriting grant sponsors: Call's Body Shop, Knights of Columbus, Kraft Sporting Goods, LP Marketing, Legacy Pizza, Libs Paving Company, Limelight Photography, Lorch Neville Ward LLC, Louisville Orthopedic Clinic, Louisville Telegrams, Lion Roofing, McKinney Law Office, Mansion 1886, Maple Manor Christian Home, and Mariposa Consignments.
Welcome to the X-Toll Media halftime show here on 88.1 WNAS New Albany. An intense game between the Lady Bulldogs and the Avon Orioles. We've seen a good game so far. It's been back and forth. We are currently tied at 22-22 going into the second half of this game, which is positive for the Bulldogs, who are currently 0-6 and looking to change that tonight. Coach Taylor looking for her first win as the new coach of New Albany High School Lady Bulldogs. It has been an intense game. It has also been a foul game. We do want to correct, Gracie Matheny actually has 2 fouls, not 3. She's not in the club.
I'm sorry, guys. I did lie. I did not mean it. It was just an accident. But like you said, a foul game, not meaning that the game is bad, just meaning that the fouls have been a little excessive. Just this last quarter, 4 fouls on both teams. So
it has been intense. I do want to shout out Emily Spanauer. However, we did see last game against Evansville Wright. She had 3 fouls almost immediately in the first quarter.
Yes.
That was
she cleaned it
not
up.
something you want to do. She did clean it up, but she did end the game with 4, and those 3 fouls pretty much put her out for most of the game until that last quarter. It may have cost her team some points there. She is a leading scorer and a good player. She's a good player and a good asset for the Lady Bulldogs.
She's a great student too. She is. I'm just saying, guys, it's the facts.
I do want to say that my Huggins is awesome count is up to 6 here at the half. See if hopefully we can keep that count going up. And I want to say to my family who's out there listening, my phone is at 2%. I see you're texting me. I'm sorry I'm not answering. But
it's not personal.
It's not. My phone is going to die.
And unfortunately, Miss Fisher has a phone with a USB-C charger, so she cannot help.
Yeah, I will not be texting you on the way home. It will be dead.
Just trust that Lydia will get there.
I will get there.
Lydia will get there.
I have your numbers memorized. If anything happens, I'll give you a call.
We got it. We got this.
But thank you guys for listening, and thank you all for tuning in to our broadcast and the X-Toll Media halftime show. We're going to kick it over to a stat recap underwritten by County Councilman Tony Turan.
Yes.
And we also want to thank the sponsors of the New Albany Girls Basketball Team. Now, these are not WNAS sponsors. They are the New Albany Girls Basketball Team
radio sponsors. Yes.
Absolutely.
They are DMLO CPAs, M14 Hoops Louisville, and New Washington State Bank. And yes, this is your County Councilman Tony Turan statistical recap. Starting in that point category, Claire Webster with 3 for the Bulldogs. Gracie Matheny is leading the charge with 9, followed closely by Emily Spanauer with 8, and then Chloe Beckel with a quick under the basket 2 points. That's going to round it out for the Bulldogs a little closer. They're 5 for 13 in the field, 3 for 3 on free throws, which is great. That's been a struggle this season. They're shooting about 62.5%, 63%, was something we mentioned in our pregame show, our Teamsters Local Union number 89 pregame show, but we are now in that halftime show.
The X-Toll Media
halftime show. Yes, 3 for 3 on the free throws. The 3-point shots, 3 for 9 from behind the arc. Not terrible, but that's a number you definitely want to see going up, especially because some of those shots have been pretty open, not super contested. So seeing those fall, I mean, that changed the game entirely. 15 boards, 2 steals, 6 turnovers, which is pretty good for the Bulldogs. Now, I will admit that a couple of those may be not recorded just because sometimes when I'm trying to write down fouls, which is 7, I forget to pop one over in the turnover category as well. But right now it's looking like 6 turnovers for the Bulldogs so far. this afternoon. Moving on to the host team, the Avon Orioles, scoring a little more evenly distributed here for Avon. McKaylee Butts leading with 6, and she has 6 points, as well as Aaliyah Carruthers, who also has 6. Now, important to note that 4 of Aaliyah Carruthers' points are from the charity stripe. She's only had 1 basket that was not uncontested. The other 4 points have come from free throws this afternoon. Sanaya Davenport and Erica Larson are both adding 4 on apiece. And then those last 2 additional points are going to go to Elena Narvel. That's how we got to our 22-22 halftime score. Shooting from the field, Avon, they're 7 for 14, so they look a little better in that category. Now, they have taken more free throws than New Albany has. For sure. They've shot 8. They've only landed 5 of them, but they are struggling a lot from behind the arc. They've only nailed down 1 3-point shot. They've shot 8, and they've only made 1 this afternoon. So that's been a little bit of a struggle. Now, one thing that Avon has been great about is stealing the ball away, especially on the passes. They've taken the ball away 6 times, Lydia. And I think that was one thing when you look at last season versus this season for the New Albany girls basketball team. That is one of those things where you expected it to improve a little bit, but it hasn't improved that much. Now, the passing game is a lot better. It's a lot more strategic. It's a lot quicker. But the mistakes that were seen last year when it came to passing the ball around are still pretty present for New Albany. I think one of those things is you still have a very young team. There's been a lot of growth from last season to this season, with a majority was freshman, now sophomore roster. But on top of that, New Albany is a relatively short team. I mean, if you remove Chloe Beckel and Jalen Huggins, the tallest person on the team is Inley Spainhour, who's 5'9", 5'10". I can't remember exactly what that roster says. But they're a team that does not have a lot of height. So passing the ball, especially over the head, right into a lot of coverage, especially right under the basket. Like, we've seen them get it into Emily pretty efficiently today, but a lot of times when they try to get that ball right in the middle, right up the lane, they have trouble getting it in the hands of somebody. And that has been something, again, with 6 steals, that obviously equates to 6 straight-up turnovers right there.
Absolutely.
Just because, ball did not find the hands of who you were hoping to. But overall, I mean, both teams are looking pretty matched. It's just that 3-point shot category has been a bit of a struggle for both teams. Avon only landing 1 of 8, and the Bulldogs only landing 3 of 9. That was your County Councilman Tony Turan statistical recap as part of our Extol Media halftime show.
Yeah, it has been a good game for both teams. I will say they're both playing hard, a bit mistake heavy, just seeing the ball, as you said, not going to the right hands. And New Albany needs to watch the Orioles defense,
Correct,
which came out of nowhere, just turned on.
Oh, yes.
And it just, I don't know if all of these teams,
Lydia, I literally blinked, and all of a sudden it looked like Alcatraz on the court. I mean, they had them locked down. I was so confused. I was like, where was this the whole first quarter of the game, Avon? Come on, keep it interesting.
I think all of these teams are conspiring against New Albany. I swear, this is my 3rd game in a row, and out of nowhere, the full court press comes on. They have 3 people on the ball at a time.
Now, to be granted, well, that's not the right. To be fair, that's what I meant to say. To be fair, 3 of the 6 games New Albany's played so far, the teams they were playing started in a full court press. Those being Knox, Columbus North, and Wrights.
Yes.
Hey, but that's one thing they haven't had to worry about today, and you can tell that they're a lot more comfortable because they haven't had to break a press every time they pick up a ball. Now, do I think that will remain for the rest of the game? Absolutely not. If it still stays as close as it is, 22-22 tied, I am expecting the press to go up.
Yep.
That's how you get the ball back. That's how you catch New Albany. You already have seen it on the court. They have trouble passing the ball around, so if you can get in and disrupt that, I mean, there's a lot to capitalize on for Avon, and I think that so far they've done a really, really great job of that. They just have really, really struggled to find the basket. There's been a lid on it for both teams. Finally, Claire Webster as well as Erica Larson, who were relatively quiet the entire first half of the game, finally got that lid off and finally made some points, but that's got to translate, and that has to continue.
And I do want to point out, Erica Larson has had a great out of nowhere, like 30 seconds, where she just put up basket after basket layups.
She hit 2 right back to back.
Right there under that basket.
Great.
And that, for me, is putting her in the running for the Camp Quality Kentuckiana Player of the
From
Game
Avon,
for
yes.
Avon Orioles. Who are we kind of thinking for New Albany?
I have a couple floating in my head. It's very obvious to look at Gracie and Emily just because you are leading the team in scoring, but I don't know. There's still a lot of time left. 16 more minutes of basketball before we can crown our player of the game.
And, if I have any reason, I will give it to Jalen Huggins. I will.
I know you will. No shock there.
But I will have to say, I think Emily Spanauer has had a great game. She's breaking her streak. She just got a rebound right there. And I think she's breaking her streak of being in her own head.
And one
honestly.
streak not broken. Avon struggling from behind the arc.
Yes, another three-pointer that did not make it. And that is one of New Albany's strengths, I feel. Oh, a pass that takes out an Avon player there. And that took out
Harris. She just looks like she tripped over her own feet and slid a little bit and lost possession of that ball. Unfortunate to see a player go down, but a good break for New Albany as they did just kind of turn the ball over under the basket, not even before we crossed the court there.
And no court pressing yet. I do want to point out that is something we'll probably see in the near future.
And that right there, that slow passing. Tori Bailey has had a little bit of trouble with the passing. She usually can find an open spot to take a shot, but getting the ball there and getting the ball to her has been a struggle for this Bulldog offense every time she's found herself on the court. But her defensive side is very valuable.
Yes, she's a very aggressive player, and she's always right under the basket, ready to take. She will take a shot.
She will take a shot and trust she will block one too.
Yes.
Trust.
She will get right there if someone is 7 feet tall and take that shot. She does not care. And Emily Spanauer, digging through the defense, takes a shot but rolls around the rim and off. Does not see through. Score is still 22-22, tied Avon versus New Albany with 7 minutes left in the third period.
Elena Narvel going to pick up that foul on Emily Spanauer under the basket. A little too much arm action, but that's going to send Emily to the line for 2.
That first one does not make it. That is another missed free throw for the New Albany Lady Bulldogs.
That's the first missed free throw this afternoon.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, well that is, you know what, that's not that bad. That's not bad. Had a rough record. But that is going to make 2 missed free throws right there.
Yikes.
Hopefully that does not continue for the Bulldogs.
That's, again, free points. Those are points you can't miss. I mean, you literally have nobody blocking you. Those are the ones that at the end of the game when you look at the score and it's super close and you wonder what happened.
Free throws.
Free throws.
Absolutely. It can be a large factor, especially in such a close game like this.
Oh, yes. No points have been scored in the first minute and a half of this third quarter. It's still 22-22, 6.5 to go.
I do think both teams are coming out a little tired, maybe need to step up a little bit, take some shots.
I think right now it's wear 'em out time as Claire Webster just absolutely drills one little mid-range jumper for Claire, a shot that she makes plenty of.
And as I said, I think the teams are slowing down. The ball got past to Webster, and I thought, well, this is someone who is never going slow. A three-pointer does not make it. Shot by
Narvel.
Yes.
But that really, really long board's going to fall in the hands of Avon.
Layup does not make it. Rebounded by Spanauer out to Matheny.
And I love Emily Spanauer's post presence today. She's been incredible under the basket.
Matheny with the shot. That one's going to go in. The score is now 26-22, 5 minutes, 45 seconds in the third period.
Gracie Matheny now the first player of this contest to hit double digits in that point category. She's sitting at 11. A miscommunication by Avon. That ball is going to roll. Bowl. I'm sorry. I have Thanksgiving this evening. I'm really hungry, actually. Whoopsie. That ball going to roll out.
There was a girls' game where Matheny ended up sitting on her own bench,
on
and
the
I could
bench,
not
and you
keep
could
it
not
together.
Stop laughing.
I could not keep it together.
Well, now
we just
she's
kept
sitting
going
on that bench intentionally. It looks like a timeout's going to be called here.
I think Sam and I went back and forth for like 2 minutes. Like, yeah, she was just kind of tired.
She's just kind of sitting. Take a break. Take a break.
I mean, giving you the best content
the
here
best
on 88.1
content on
WNS
New Albany.
This is what you want to hear. The players are tired.
The players. Lydia and I also are a little tired.
Very tired.
That 2-hour drive really gets you. It's not too bad. I've driven I-65 plenty of times. For those of you who are not aware, I did attend college here in Indianapolis. So me and I-65, we have a bit of a relationship. The beginning of the drive is fine. And then you get to I don't know.
The never-ending construction
zone. The never-ending construction zone that extends from about Memphis to Seymour. That's also coincidentally the section of the interstate where there's only 2 lanes. Whoever decided that interstate was supposed to be 2 lanes needs to be investigated. It should be 3 lanes the whole way. What a drive. We had a great one. We made
We
it
did
here
have a
safely.
fun drive. We
made
got
it
our
safely.
stats ready.
We
and
did.
Got our facts. I mean, I've got
Our facts.
our
Oh, yes.
facts. I've got the team's histories
There you go.
right here. I'm all ready to go. Not that I have used much of it, but it is here.
But
it
is
is written
here.
down.
It's the thought that counts. It's
It is.
okay.
Just waiting for my phone to die, because then
No.
I'll just be relying on this
Rest
piece
in
of
peace,
paper.
Lydia's phone. It's not dead. It's just like dead.
I mean, it's dead, but not in like a broken way.
Just in like a battery.
But I refuse to get an update because
The iPhone 8. God
okay,
bless
so
it.
it's an SE. Yes,
Oh.
I have a home button. Yes, I do. So what? Emily Spainauer with a 3-pointer.
Oh.
And that one does
Wow.
go in.
Guys.
That's going to bring her to 14 points out of New Albany's 29.
11 points.
11 points.
11. Her and Gracie Matheny are just back and forth. With
Oh, it was Matheny who had 11. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Mix
it's
them
okay.
up. Mix them
it's
up there.
okay. That's why
Score
we
is
keep
now
stats.
Yes. Score is 29-22. 5 minutes left in the third period. New Albany in the lead by 5.
Oh, by 7, rather.
Lord, I cannot do math. Can you believe I want to go into engineering? I might have to give up. That was pretty bad.
That was a really interesting kind of campaign under the basket there. Avon threw up about 3 shots, none of which fell, and it ended in a turnover for Avon. That might just be what New Albany needs to capitalize on, because you just watched quite a devastating blow to the Orioles under the basket. You're up 7 points. You've got 4:45 left in this quarter. Make something happen.
Looks like New Albany's looking for a 3-pointer here. And you know who can always make them is Webster. She's driving to the basket, though, looking for something else.
And she's going to step on the baseline. That's going to be a turnover for
Yeah.
New Albany, and a really unfortunate one, but that is something you have to watch. If you're driving baseline to cut across the court and you've got defenders on you, their job right there not only is to get the ball out, but to get you to step out of bounds, and that's exactly what they did. Great defense by Avon under the basket.
Absolutely. They've had their defense has been on, but I think that their shots are just not seeing through that net.
That's exactly it. I mean, Avon is a great team, and I said this earlier. You can't count out any school that's within the Indianapolis general area.
Absolutely
Because
not.
they do play hard. As Emily Spainauer takes that ball away, okay, girl. Okay, girl, I see you.
This is the girliest broadcast.
And I'm
I've ever-
obsessed. And I'm obsessed.
Period.
Yes,
No.
girl. Slay.
I keep trying to be professional, and then I keep looking over at my giant Starbucks
Lydia,
Frappuccino.
I am the charge of this program, and I'm saying, okay, girl, yes. It's okay. It's not too serious. Never too serious.
Women in men's fields right here.
Here we go. As a substitution, Angela Amal checking back in for the Orioles. She's that height that they need under the basket, especially after that little bit of a fluke just a minute ago. They need a little bit of height under the basket to make something happen. Ooh, a scuffle. Tori Bailey falling on the ball. It's going to be a jump.
She is aggressive, man. She
She
is always
is.
on top of that ball.
One thing I do want to point out is we've only seen 2 jump balls in this game. Now, I don't know if it's just, where the ball is getting passed to when it's getting turned over, but we usually see a lot more jump balls with
Yes.
New Albany girls basketball, especially because Emily and Tori specifically will
Yes.
grab onto the ball and hang onto it for dear life like it's a rope and they're hanging off a cliff.
3-pointer by Matheny does not see through. That's honestly for this game not too common for New Albany. Their scoring, their shots made had not been all that high, but those 3-pointers were.
Jalen
Jalen Huggins with a rebound.
That's her 6th
know
one
it.
that I have this afternoon.
That's her 7th Huggins' awesome counter right there. I don't know what that other one is. It's probably something.
probably
that I
a
just-
shot that she put up that didn't fall, but it
You
was
know, I
still
think that- I
awesome
think
that
that's
she
what
went
it
for
was,
it.
yeah. I'm just so proud of her, man. Cooper Jaggers, if you are listening.
To football, he's a big RJ Long fan.
He's a big RJ Long
in the
fan.
way that Lydia Cosper is
Jalen
a
Huggins
Jalen
fan.
Huggins fan.
That's
which
what Cooper,
imagine Lydia's surprise when I told her that she's in WNAS and she can do a radio shift with her if she wants to.
Dude, I'm worried that she's gonna see me and think I'm a creep. I'm not. I'm just really a big fan.
I'm a creep.
And that is going to be the first points Avon has scored in this third period with only 2 minutes and 55
And
seconds left.
Coming from one of their leading scorers, Michaela Butts, she now is pulling away from the rest. She has 8, followed by 6 4s and 2s.
And again, she is a freshman. She's only warming up. Rebound by Avon's tallest player there, Angel Omal. Score is now 29-24. New Albany is in the lead by 5. I can do math that time.
There
and
you go.
There is 2 minutes and 32 seconds left, third period. The score is going to change now. Another point.
Aaliyah Carruthers, now she's up with 8 as well with butts. And very quickly you see how fast a couple small little mistakes can really take a blow to New Albany's offense and to their drive as a whole.
Absolutely. It seems like Avon has turned on this quarter. They are now
they're going to travel. Jalen's going to pick up that pivot foot and turn the ball over. And at a time that you really don't want to see that happen, Emily Spainhauer just a minute ago dove to try and get that ball in bounds. And that was a play I said earlier. Claire Webster was very smart for not trying to chase it out of bounds. And we saw exactly why. Emily tipped it in, and it went straight to the other team.
Absolutely. That is something that New Albany has struggled with. But I will say it's something they do better
I do
this
like the
year
hustle
than they had the last year. A shot right. Layup right there. Again, tallest player for Avon, Angel O'Malley. And that was going to go in. It is now 28-29. Bulldogs are only up by 1. And it looks like Coach Taylor is going to call a timeout. This is her second timeout of the game. First of the period. See what she's going to send these Bulldogs out with. Minute and 46 left on the clock.
That was an explosive last 2 minutes, Lydia, I have to say.
Yeah, it seems like Avon's defense really turned on, and it seems they woke up coming back from that halftime. They hadn't scored anything until about 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes left in this quarter.
I think it all started because of that really, whoa, the music just got really loud. That spooked me. It all kind of started with that Emily Spainhauer turnover, unfortunately for her. That little tip back inbounds to try and get it to a teammate led to that ball just heading straight into the hands of an Oriole. And that gave them kind of every initiative that they needed to say, you know what, we can't let this opportunity pass us by, because they have let plenty pass them by this quarter. As you mentioned, they hadn't scored until 30 seconds ago.
Right. So defense is stepping up. I'm expecting to see some presses, full court presses.
I would love to see some presses. What I would also like to see is some very methodical offensive drives. You're not methodical in the way that you hold the ball for as long as possible, but methodical in the way that you can tell that each team is taking time to set up their offense before throwing a shot up, because quick, hasty shots are something that have really, really plagued New Albany as well, when they don't take time to get set and they just throw the ball into the hands of somebody else.
Intercepted by Avon. Layup does not see through, but rebounded, and there is a call on the play. And again, this is my greatest weakness, seeing whatever the refs call. It's going to be a foul.
I was not
on
paying
New
attention, but it is definitely going to be on the shot there.
And it is on Carruthers.
Well, not on Carruthers. Rather, Carruthers is going to shoot for a foul that looks like it was on. I think Claire Webster. Yep, that's Claire. She now has 2. As Carruthers misses the first, still a 1-point game. She was perfect from the lineup until that point.
Yep. And I will say New Albany's foul count has been relatively low for their usual, which is a good change of pace.
And Michael Brown-Hello coming into the game with a rebound.
Looks like she traded in for Tori Bailey.
And she's another great defender. She's super quick as well. She's super fast. She's a great sub for Chanel.
Webster with the 3, banks it. I talked to her between games one of these other times. I told her, I was like, girl, you are killing it. Every time we're up there on air, we're just like, Claire Webster, with the energy, with the points,
Claire Webster just throws the ball. La, 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 place name, proper name, la, la, la. I just get so excited. I love watching three-point shots. They are my favorite.
Three-pointers getting hype. And I really, when I'm looking at that New Albany lineup, they are solid three-point shooters.
They really are.
Looks like Matheny
Gracie
with an injury here. And she is a star player for New Albany. I hope that isn't anything severe. Chanel is still out
with that concussion. She should be back soon, which is a little bit of relief. But Gracie's going to take a seat on the bench. Tori Bailey's going to come in and relieve her as she gets looked at by the athletic team, which New Albany's athletic trainers, quick shout out for them. They are fantastic at what they do, and we just want to give them a quick thank you and shout out for keeping all of our athletes safe throughout all of their seasons.
Our basketball staff really is wonderful.
Phenomenal.
Does a great job. Keeps the girls wanting to play and motivated and healthy.
That's the big one.
Thank you all. Avon with the 3 there. Does not make it. Another one. How many three-pointers have they shot, and how many have they made?
That's going to be their 11th three-point shot. They've still only made 1. McKaylee Wetz has shot majority of them as she just took that one. She shot 4, and she's the only person to have made as well. as woes under the basket are continuing. Jalen Huggins trying to bring that one in, but it's going to bounce right off her hands back into the possession of Avon.
No.
It's okay. It's okay. No fear, no stress. But yeah, the woes at the three-point line just can't be overstated. It's been brutal behind the arc, I have to say.
And with a three-pointer right there, Avon, another one does not make it.
Wow.
Whoa. Jumped straight into Spain hour there.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, that's a move I would pull.
I'm pretty sure Eli Harris just did like a cartwheel. That was actually mad impressive. I don't know what quite happened, but she is gonna foul Emily Spainhour enough to warrant some free throws. I can't talk, Lydia. I'm ready for Thanksgiving dinner, I'm afraid.
For my family out there listening, Mom, can you please tell Savannah that I'm at 2% and I cannot text her back? And that I'm calling a game right now.
Mom,
so
if you're
I will
listening,
not answer her call. Please tell Savannah that I'm sorry. I'm currently live on YouTube.
Also, to my mom, if you're listening, if my mom, if you're listening, I hope Thanksgiving dinner preparation is going well. Please do not forget the green bean casserole. Sincerely, your daughter.
Oh, my mom makes some killer green bean casserole. I cannot wait to get home and eat it. Now, I'm gluten-free. I talked about this before. It is a curse. It is not a choice. I have celiac. I want to be clear. Jalen Huggins with a rebound. Yes. But that, I will say that gluten-free green bean casserole is delicious, Mom. Thank you.
Carruthers going to pick up a foul. That's going to be her first of the contest, as Jalen Huggins will go to shoot now. We're shooting. They are in the bonus now. Avon 5 fouls, 13 seconds left in the quarter, so not really going to hurt them too much, but that is why we did see Emily shoot, and that is why we do see Jalen shooting now. I did not catch that earlier, so I do want to correct myself.
It is 32-28. New Albany is in the lead by 4 with 13 seconds again left in this third period.
I do want to say that in the first half of this game, New Albany was perfect from the free throw line. They are now a very stark 9 for 3. That is 6 points that they have missed off of free throws. And again, I cannot state enough how important those open shots are. I mean, they make or break a game. As
and
McKaylee
at the last second, with a shot, that's another 2 points for Avon. New Albany is still up 32-30, and we are about to go into our fourth and final period of this game. No surprise, there's a fifth. No, I'm kidding.
Stop.
I don't know why I felt
Why
like
would
I
you
had to
say
say
that?
that. You know, I don't know. But we are going to turn it over to our underwriting sponsors. Thank you all for making this broadcasting possible on 88.1 WNAS New Albany.
This athletic broadcast on WNAS is being brought to you by the support of the following underwriting grant sponsors: Mathis Pharmacy, Maxwell's House of Music, Myers White Incorporated, Midtown Print Company, Miracle Method Surface Refinishing, Mustard Seed, City of New Albany, the New Albany Housing Authority, the New Albany Lions Club, the New Albany Professional Firefighters Union, New Washington State Bank, The Odd Shop, Olmsted Parks Conservancy, and Olive Tree Resources.
This athletic broadcast on WNAS is being brought to you by the support of the following underwriting grant sponsors: Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services, and What Message Are You Sending? Paget Inc., Pearl Street Treats, Periago Orthodontics, Plainview Cleaners, Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local 502, Richard Poe Family Dentistry, Red Barn Antique Mall LLC, Remax Ability First, Elliot Quillo and Marlena White, Rub & Butts, Ruoff Mortgage, Sacred Rose Medicinals, Simsel Sound DJ and Videographer, and Shad Law.
Welcome back to the broadcast between the New Albany Lady Bulldogs and the Avon Orioles. I'd like to shout out Richie Wigleb, who was the pre-recorded grant reader right there, and is also in the running for the Best Radio Personality and Best Student Staff Member at the upcoming International Broadcasting System Awards in New York. That will be in February, where WNAS is representing.
Whoa, a little bit of a stand on their basket, and New Albany ultimately going to lose that one. Taylor a little frustrated, looking for a call on a travel there as the feet were shuffled there on Carruthers.
Avon really turning on their offensive play. I think that's the most cohesive I've seen them play throughout this game, knowing where each other are at the times.
And a Michael Brown steal is going to lead to that ball going to the other side of the court right after it's stolen back by Avon. It's going to go off on the hands of Avon. Avon not happy about that one.
Not pleased. I don't know if you all can hear.
I'm sure they get a little bit of the sound, the surround sound.
Yes. Well, it's not a enormous crowd. They are loud.
And they are passionate.
They are very passionate.
Gracie back in the game after a little bit of an injury. Great to see her not super injured and able to finish this one out for the Bulldogs.
I do not see a limp, so it looks like she's still going strong here.
Hopefully just a little cramp that she got worked out with the trainers.
Shot, a layup right there by
O'Malley's going to tie the game.
Yes, it is 32-32.
Wow.
6 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth period and in the game.
In the game.
New Albany has had a really good game and has consistently been up, but we'll see if they can keep that streak going against the Orioles.
I believe there was only 1 point in this game where New Albany didn't lead. And it was towards the beginning. It was right when we came back from the first quarter. Oh, and they're going to charge. There you go. That is the play that every defender wants, is a charge.
Absolutely.
Last year, the charge lady was Sophia Corley. We had a charge category just for Sophia because there was nothing more that girl loved than drawing a charge. And it's great to see her memory is still with us because of charges. Every time I see a charge, I think of Sophia. Sophia, if you're listening, I miss you.
That was her own personal game, was how many charges can she draw. And Claire Webster with the three.
Not going to
bounces out of the rim.
It's going to stick with New Albany, though, as O'Malley gets her hands in there, tries to tangle up with Emily Spanauer for that rebound. But a bit of a lucky break because, again, we talked about the height under the basket, and she's got it.
Yes, she sure does. So we will see. It's still tied 32-32, Avon versus New Albany on 88.1 WNAS New Albany. We now have 6 minutes left in the game, unless we go to overtime.
Stop.
In which case, I guess you have to miss Thanksgiving.
That's not funny.
Knock on wood, that does not happen.
There's
also, I have plans after this, so knock on wood, that doesn't happen either.
Oh, wow, a very unpopular call there for Avon. They're going to get a push there on that shot. That one going on Amalia again. That's her second. Back to back. Claire Webster's going to take the ball, shoot for two from the line.
She has been good with her free throws, no?
I can't say individually, but she's going to land that first one. And there's a saying in basketball, ball don't lie. Now, if you see a foul that you don't like and then the player proceeds to miss their free throws, the ball doesn't lie. So maybe it wasn't a foul to begin with, but Claire so far proving that the ball is not.
That second free throw is not going to make it in, but the first one did and brought New Albany up by 1 point, 33-32.
I'm biting
5
my nails.
minutes, 45 seconds left on the clock. Jalen Huggins with the rebound-ish.
Kind of a bit of a steal.
I'm putting it on the counter.
Oh,
did you
Emily
see that?
Spanauer.
Emily Spanauer.
That was absolutely filthy,
just
lady.
broke some ankles.
I mean, just that quick duck, she could feel
the
defender behind her. I believe that was Elena Narvell. She said, "I feel you, girl." Psych.
Just soared right over her. That was beautiful. And that was a gorgeous pass right down there at the basket from Avon to
Davenport.
Yes. And she's had a really good game. Again, their star player and only a freshman. I always have a sucker for the seniors, the freshmen, and the tall girls. I always like to point them out and say, this is the future of this school's team and how impressive they've been playing. And again, New Albany is such a young team.
And I do like that they are a little slowed down because things were a little quick there, but
and when it gets too intense, that is when
mistakes happen. Yeah,
like right there it seems. Avon with the layup. That's going to go in.
She's going to get an and one
layup
as well.
She's
going to get to take another shot, extend this lead to 2. Sanaya Davenport, rather.
She has turned on in these last few minutes. We have 4 minutes and 36 seconds left on the clock in this game. It is 35-36. New Albany is down by 1. And this has not been a frequent occurrence for New Albany throughout this game. They're usually up. They have been up on Avon.
And that right there is going to send Sanaya Davenport to 9 points. She just soared, and she's now the second leading scorer for the Orioles.
And she is usually their leading scorer, so this is a difference. Webster with a A block there, and Spainhour with a 3.
In the corner.
Sinks
That's her
right
spot.
in. That's her spot. That's what she does.
Great heavens.
New Albany is now up by 1, 38-37, 4 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. Looks like Avon is trying to slow it down, take their time with this.
That's the right decision, I would say, especially when you're...
That shot rebounded by Spainhour. Out to Matheny. I am on the edge of my seat. This is a good game.
I'm obsessed.
It's picked up.
Timeout called by Coach Taylor. I think you may look at that and say, wow, there was a lot of momentum there for New Albany, but I think this is the right decision because one thing that we've kind of seen from New Albany when they get really excited and they're like, oh my gosh, like we've got so much power, is that's where we see them make mistakes.
Exactly.
You know, I think New Albany is a team that really thrives when they slow down and they take a minute to plan out what they're doing because hasty shots a lot of times, especially if they're throwing them up and there's no one under the basket to bring in that rebound, they lose the rebound battle pretty frequently.
Unless Huggins is in there. Don't hate on my girl Huggins.
I could never. She's got 7 rebounds this afternoon.
Yes.
Emily Spainhour has 5, Gracie 4, Claire and 3, and then a couple individual ones spread out across the Bulldog roster. So they've done great under the board today, both offensively and defensively.
And those were some County Councilman Tony Turan stat recaps for some rebounds right there.
Just some quick stats.
Some quick stats. Thank you for our underwriters making this possible. I will shop them out any chance I get.
Because we love them.
We love them, and we are so grateful. It's like the game is back in motion. New Albany has slowed down, and I agree with you that they play better when they're slow. And as much as slow basketball isn't as fun to watch, it is how you win. Spainhour with a 3. That one's not going to make it.
She's going to pick up her own board there and a foul. That one looking like it's going to be on Aaliyah Carruthers. A little bit of a shove under the basket.
That is her fourth foul.
And that was quick because she hadn't picked up a single foul until the second half of the game. And so she's picked them up pretty quickly in succession. So that's something to watch out for. She's going to check out because of that, and I think that is the right decision. You hate to see anybody foul out of a game. That's unfortunate in any circumstance.
Been there. I've been there. And the ball is stolen away by Avon, but it goes out. But the ball is back in the hands of Avon.
There's a lot of
I'm gonna be out on Matheny.
I'm sensing a lot of tension with this officiating crew now. I can't speak for it. I'm not on the court, but I'm feeling a little bit of tension
between the crowd
and the officials for both sides, really.
Absolutely.
It's a close
both
game.
Will
Emotions
say they're
are high.
And that is going to be another 2 points scored by Davenport.
She is now
for Avon.
She's the leader. She's got 11 for Avon.
And that is the spot she's usually in. Webster with the shot, but does not see through. And Huggins almost with the rebound.
It doesn't matter, though. That's going to be a foul on the shot. That one's going to be Miley Harris. That's going to be, I believe, her second. Her third, rather. Wow, I'm not good at keeping track of this.
It's okay. It's been an intense.
They're happening very
nowhere.
quickly, but one thing to point out, 3 minutes still left in this quarter. Avon at 4 fouls. New Albany at 1. One more foul by Avon, and New Albany will go to the line every time a foul is committed for the rest of this game. Now, if I don't know about you, Lydia, but if I'm New Albany, this is the time where you don't miss the shots.
No. And you want to, if you can nab a foul, absolutely go for that. And Webster, second free throw does go in. That's going to bring New Albany up by 1, 40-39. 3 minutes and 1 second left on that clock.
New Albany now with 3 players in double digits, those being Webster, Matheny, and Spainhour, 11, 11, and 14 respectively.
And that is a really good game. The Evansville Rights game was very difficult for New Albany, and just it was really, New Albany has played amazing these past.
Turnover under the basket there. Matheny's going to steal it away.
Webster dribbling down with the shot, but it is taken. Oh, and that's going to be a foul on Webster, I believe.
Let's wait for the officials. Yes, that will go on Claire Webster. That's going to be her third of the game. That's a turnover again that just really stinks to get, especially when it's like, oh, you fouled. It's already bad enough, but here, you also turn the ball over.
So take another hit,
So have your cake and eat it too, unfortunately.
Playing a little safer now, trying not to get as many fouls. Huggins with the defense, but it is passed over her head to the tallest player for Avon. Angel O'Malley.
And O'Malley you can't leave her open. She is too tall. So I know Jalen was trying to make a play on the ball there, but you can't sacrifice the coverage of the tallest player on the team just to, try and block a shot. As that one goes out of bounds off of Avon, Tori Bailey's going to inbound. Nope, rather Matheny is going to inbound.
And this game is far from over. It is 41-40. New Albany is down by 1. We have 2 minutes and 3 seconds left.
I'm stressed.
I am stressed. I am biting my nails. Well, I'm not. I'm talking. But figuratively, I would be biting my nails and shattering my teeth and
like the
shivering.
Little dog that's like
like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Absolutely. Except I'm not cowardly. I'm brave, and I
so
believe
brave.
that the New Albany Bulldogs got this. Matheny with the shot, bounces out of the rim. Huggins with the rebound though. Yes.
And turnover
to Avon. Avon does score another 2 points, but in light news, my Huggins' awesome count is up to 10. So, you win some, you lose some. Scores 43-40. Minute and a half left in the game. New Albany is down by 3.
Now, you're at a point in the game where you got to slow it down. Hope for a 3. But also, Avon cannot make any mistakes. They are 1 foul away from sending New Albany to the line, and there is that mistake. And there is that whistle. That one is going to go on number 10, Elena Narvell. That's going to be her 4th. I'm so good at fouls. I'm so great.
And Narvell has been a leading scorer as well for this. She's the one who came out of, I believe, or no, that was Larson who came out of nowhere and scored her.
Yes, no, she scored 4, and Narvell has 2 in this game. Spainhour is going to take her first free throw. She has just not been doing well from the line today. She's only made 1 shot. She has shot 6. And normally she's a pretty surefire shooter from the free throw line. Definitely one of those things that's got to be frustrating for her. As the second one does not make it either.
New Albany is still down by 3, 1 minute and 10 left in the game. Another foul, it looks like.
That one's going to be on New Albany. It's a blocking foul on Tori Bailey, and you could tell by the reaction when she stood up and flung her arms that she knew that one was probably on her. But that's only her first foul of the game, and for the defense that she likes to play, that is a very good improvement for her from prior games we've seen her play.
That is impressive. And there's going to be a timeout called by the Avon Orioles here with 56.3 seconds left in the game. New Albany is down by 3. Hopefully they can take this time to think out a plan, to pull ahead, to reflect.
To really take a moment and figure out, hey guys, what do we need to do better? And Lydia, what would you say?
I would say they need to slow it down a little bit, and they need to think about it, and they need to take their shots methodically and pass.
I think that's hard to do with 56 seconds left, and also
true.
with an Avon team that wants to go, because they've got the slight advantage. They got a 3-point advantage, but again, 3-point shots, a problem for Avon, not a real problem for New Albany, though, today. Avon still has only landed 1 shot from behind the arc. They are 1 from 11. New Albany is 6 for 15, which is 40%. So that's not terrible. That's not terrible. It's definitely better than Avon's 9% shooting from the 3-point line. But they have been a lot more effective inside the paint. They're 17 for 30, where New Albany is only 9 for 20 on those field goals, those 2-point shots. And then free throws are going to be the tail of the game. New Albany has shot 15 and has only scored on 6 of those. Avon has also scored on 6 of those, but they've shot 4 less. They've shot 11. A little bit of County Councilman Tony Turan's stats there for you. But those free throws are going to be the one thing that New Albany looks back at this game and says, gosh, we really missed some opportunities there.
And coming out in the first quarter, it seemed like they had spent the entirety of their Thanksgiving break shooting free throws. They were doing really well and then just lost it in this half of the game. Long shot there.
Turnover by Narvell right under the basket.
Claire Webster with the ball. If anybody can do anything in 40 seconds, it's Claire Webster. But that's going to be a timeout called by Coach Taylor for the New Albany Lady Bulldogs.
Which, again, I'd have to say, great decision. You're down by 3. You have a team of girls who shoot 3 very effectively. So what I think is happening on this bench right now is we're going to take a moment. We're going to plan how to get the ball into the hands of either Emily in the corner, Claire in the corner, or Gracie from anywhere on the court and try to shoot 3.
Yep.
But regardless, there also is the alternative of, hey, you know what? Let's take a second. Let's shoot 2. And then let's try to get them on a foul so that we can shoot again. That's the upside.
Yes. But with them having missed so many of their free throws, I
That's
don't
not
know
a
if that would be their
surefire
best.
guarantee.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This has been a really great game by New Albany. I will say this is my third in a row, and I've seen vast improvement from their past game against Evansville's Rights. They just seem much more positive and together this game than they had that past one.
And I do think that part of that comes from Avon has not been pressing them the way Rights has.
Yeah.
New Albany kind of crumbles under the press, but it's really good to see that once defensive pressure is applied, they still are managing to hold their own pretty successfully. So that's a good upside.
Yes. They have done a good game, but this will be a game I think they could have had. And I think they could have had well. Avon has played amazing, but I do think New Albany, if they could just make, and that is going to be, the ball is out.
But that's going to go off the hands of Avon.
Okay.
Tried to snag it there real quick, but now it's into Webster.
Webster with the ball, 37 seconds on the clock. To Matheny, driving in, and she takes a foul.
She's going to get stripped of the ball. It doesn't matter if it's on the floor or on the shot. She wasn't in the shooting motion, so it will be on the floor. But regardless, she is going to get to shoot too because Avon is in the bonus, which is, that's
Not
really
where you
rough
wanna
at this
be.
point in the
Yeah.
game. And that's going to be Michaela Butt's first foul of the entire game. Way to go, sister. And there is an Avon Oriole, if you can hear it screeching here in the gym, as Gracie Matheny makes that first one. It's not really an Oriole. It's actually some children trying to disrupt the shot here.
But it did not work. That first free throw did go in.
But it's worked a lot because...
And that second one does as well. It is now a 1-point difference, 42-43. Avon in the lead by 1. 28 seconds left on the clock. Avon in possession.
They're going to...
And, yep, layup right there. I could see it coming from a mile away by O'Malley. And again, she is 6'1". You cannot let her have the ball down by the net. You just can't. Call. That's going to be a timeout?
Question mark? I mean, it looks...
Seems like
yes,
a timeout.
Looks
yeah,
like
called by Coach Taylor.
Okay, so maybe if she wasn't doing it last time, now she's drawing up the plan this time to get Emily open in the corner, Claire open on the wing, and Gracie Matheny open anywhere on the court to shoot for 3.
And it is 42-43. New Albany is down by 3. 14 seconds left on the clock. I was fearing for that ref's life when he blew the whistle. So I was like, if he calls anything.
The crash out of the gym.
Yeah, either side of this audience will find him in the parking lot. It just would have been a dangerous move
and we
to make there.
We do not endorse
do
that.
Not
please
condone
do
that.
not.
Absolutely not.
Please do not yell at officials. They are simply doing their jobs. Yelling at them is not going to change the outcome. It's just going to make you look bad. So you know what? Don't do it. Say your piece in your head, and then take it home with you in the car when you call that one family member who you can rant to.
Exactly. But New Albany is again down by 3. 14 seconds left on the clock. Looking to make a plan, looking to change that. I do want to call back to the Evansville Rights game I called with Cooper and his discussion of how his grandpa is a referee and the atrocities that man has faced.
But again, never blame the officials.
It is a rough job
at the end of the day, it's high school basketball. We're here to have fun. We're here to see young athletes grow as people.
3-pointer by Tori Bailey that does go in.
But there's a whistle.
Oh gosh.
What is that whistle going to be?
I think the New Albany fans may storm the court if anything crazy happens. 12.6 seconds on the clock. That would have tied the game 45-45.
And there comes another timeout. This one from the Avon bench. I'm trying to figure out what I missed in the second that I blinked. It looks like Tori did go up for that shot, but she either stepped out of bounds or somebody stepped out of bounds that caused a turnover. Not quite sure who it was. I'm going to assume it was her when she went to pivot and take that shot in the corner, which again is just is a blow.
Yeah.
I mean, you had your opportunity to score the game there. So that really stinks.
But I do think that was her first 3 of the game. So that would have been.
Disagree. That would have been. Well, that was her second shot. It would have been the first one she made.
Yes.
Had it counted.
Yeah.
But it did not count. So the huddle is happening.
We will see. Shout out Morning Huddle.
Shout out Morning Huddle.
Every Friday morning
national
at 6 a.m.
finalists.
National finalists.
We are
two different categories, yes, for the best sports talk show and also the best promotional poster.
Yes,
they
yes,
will
yes.
be representing at the International Broadcasting System in late February.
And
representing WNAS.
one of our hosts, Cooper Jaggers, Best Student Sports Manager
Absolutely.
nominee as well.
What a guy.
What a guy, yes. And we are now in the season where we might start to get a little holiday huddle.
Oh, yes.
A little bit of holiday action. They did say that they are going to have the show the day after Christmas. So
Please
Boxing Day,
stay tuned.
Holiday huddle. Put it on your calendars.
We've been in talks of having a radiothon, and Cooper keeps saying 48 hours straight huddle. That's it.
The huddle-thon.
The huddle-thon.
And now
Oh my gosh.
we're playing the foul game where New Albany does everything they can to
draw the
foul
foul.
just to get the ball back. So that one's going to go on Gracie. They're going to have 4. They're going to have to foul one more time if they want to get Avon to the line. So here comes Bailey. Jalen Huggins is going to wrap them up.
Yep.
7.5 seconds left. It's crunch time. Jalen's going to pick up that one. She's going to have 4. So next time if they have to play the foul game again, Jalen cannot be the one going for the foul because she will foul out of the game.
And the Orioles are now taking another free throw shot. New Albany is down by 3, 45-42.
Oh, I hear
7.5 seconds left on that clock. That first shot did not make it. Still a 3-point difference. I do not understand the playing the foul game. I understand it's a way to get the ball.
It's a way to get the ball back, but it can backfire.
It can backfire real quick. That second free throw does go in. It is now a 4-point difference. Not a total backfire. Clock is running down. Matheny with the 3 from the volleyball line. Doesn't make it. Higgins with the rebound. Doesn't make it either. And rebounded by the Orioles. That is time. And that is our game. 46-42 is the final score. New Albany 42, the Avon Orioles 46. And we are going to move into our Karis College postgame show, also featuring our Tony Turan, County Councilman Tony Turan stat recap. So welcome to the Karis College postgame show. Again, it was 46-42. New Albany Lady Bulldogs 42. They are now 0-7. I will say that was a good game. It was those free throws.
It was the free throws, Lydia.
It was absolutely the free throws, and it was just, I mean, they really played a great game, and they put up a lot of shots. I know 3 of their girls had double digits in scoring. Neither team is looking too happy, though, coming out of this gym, I will say. I think both know that they could have played better. Maybe it was all of that turkey slowing them down.
All of that turkey slowing them down.
That's what we'll say it was, so.
You know, regardless, I think that New Albany cleaned up everything pretty much. I mean, there's still, let me not say everything. There are some things that happened in this game, especially on the floor, that they need to work on as a team. And I think that's the big thing to take away. Everything that they needed to work on the floor, you could see that there was improvement. Now, the problem for the Bulldogs that persists and will continue to persist and haunt them probably looking at this game in the future is the free throws.
The free throws,
The free throws are what crushed them today. A little bit, Tony Turan, County Councilman Tony Turan, statistical recap rather, looking at the final scoring totals, starting with the Bulldogs. Final score 42 for the Bulldogs. Here's how we got there. 14 points from Emily Spainauer. She was the Bulldogs' leading scorer, followed by Gracie Matheny with 13, Claire Webster with 11, and then both Jalen and Chloe Beckel with a pair, 2 apiece. And that is your total score for New Albany, 42 points. They committed 12 fouls, turned the ball over 12 times, 6 steals, 26 boards. They shot 9 for 20 from the field, 8 for 17 from that free throw line, and 6 for 15 from behind the arc. That was probably their biggest strength today, was three-point shooting. They definitely outshot Avon at the three-point line. Now taking a peek at Avon, starting with the scoring column, 46 points total for the Orioles, led by McKaylee Butts with 12. Sanaya Davenport added on 11. Behind her is Aaliyah Carruthers with 8 points, and we noted this earlier, 4 of those points coming from free throws. She shot 6, missed 2 of them, but still took 4 of those to go. She's going to finish the game with 8 today. Angel Omale didn't really get started until the end of the game. Those really quick buckets under the basket, the one that eventually, put Avon in the position to win that game right there at the very end. She tacked on 8 points. 4 points were scored by Erica Larson, who remained relatively quiet outside of her little burst at the end of the second quarter. Elena Narvell with 2, and then Eli Harris added 1 point on in that free throw stand at the very end of the game that put the Orioles out of reach from the Bulldogs, putting them up 4 rather than 3. As a team, though, 18 for 31 in the field for 2 points. That's pretty good. That's a lot more efficient than New Albany's 9 for 20. They shot 7 for 13 from the free throw line. That's 53%. That's better than New Albany's 47%. But from behind the arc, they only were 9%. They shot 1 for 11. So that definitely was the biggest weakness for the Orioles that held them back for majority of this game. They stole the ball away 9 times from New Albany, which is very notable. They had great ball knowledge. They really could get their hands in and disrupt a lot of the passing game from New Albany, which, again, something that New Albany struggled with is just ball movement. That was very apparent today. Not to any fault of their own. Avon just has really, really, really good kind of eyes. I mean, they've got the eyes of a hawk, not an Oriole. They got the Oriole eyes watching everything happen and getting in there and disrupting the play when they need to. And I think that was one of those things that really, really pushed them ahead because New Albany did, if my calculations are correct, turn the ball over 12 times to Avon's 7. So turnovers continue to be a bit of a struggle for New Albany as we, continue on this season, as we continue to cover New Albany athletics. Turnovers are going to be the thing to watch, as well as free throws.
Yes, and that is something that the Bulldogs hopefully can come back and have improved in their next game. And we will be covering that. When is their next game?
I wish I could tell you, Lydia, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm sure they is next week. I know the boys basketball team will play on Monday. The girls, I believe, play Thursday and Saturday, if my memory is serving me right. If my memory is serving me wrong, do not quote me.
You can check out their Instagrams and also Max Preps or
also check out New Albany Athletics on Facebook. Yes. They will have all of that information for you regarding not just girls basketball, but all New Albany athletics that are in season. Swim's going on, basketball, wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
All that good stuff.
It is the season. 'Tis a season. And if you are interested in hearing another broadcast, of course, you can check out the WNAS Instagram pages, Facebook, or our website, WNAS.org.
WNAS.org, newly renovated and improved.
Yes, it's looking so fabulous. You can check us out and see when we will be broadcasting games. We give you coverage of all New Albany athletics. That is, well, not all callable games.
All
we do
basketball.
Football, we do basketball, we do volleyball, we do it all. Except it's only those 3 sports, so it's not
those
all.
3.
We do all of those 3.
Lydia, I think it's time for us to crown
the Camp Quality
Kentuckiana players of the game.
All right, so I'm thinking for the Avon Orioles, I was thinking of giving it. I wanted to give it to Erica Larson. I was thinking that I was going to because when she came out and scored a whole bunch out of nowhere, just right there at the basket,
you
over
were
and
impressed.
over. I was impressed, and I was like, hey, this is something New Albany needs to get on now.
And they did. They kept her quiet the entire second half of the game.
They shut her down. So I'm actually going to have to give it to McKaylee Butts, I'm thinking.
Yes, she was the leading scorer for the Orioles, but she was a little quieter on the defensive side of the ball, which is what's leading me to give it to Sanaya Davenport, who really put it on the Bulldogs on the defensive side. She was a lot better pulling in boards this afternoon. She also just had a really, really great presence. She's kind of one of those players where I feel like every time she had the ball, New Albany had to kind of understand, okay, she's either going to shoot it or she's going to do something here to get it in the hands of a teammate. So for Avon, I would say that Davenport is definitely my Camp Quality Kentuckiana player of the game. But let's talk about the New Albany Bulldogs. Let me kick this one off. Emily Spainhour, the player that you are, that was an incredible game from her this afternoon. 14 points. I mean, her presence under the board was extremely felt. Her and Jalen Huggins always lead the charge under the basket. Jalen with 7 rebounds. I believe Emily had 6 this afternoon. The two of them are just quite a force and quite a presence under the basket. But I think when you put everything together, despite her woes at the free throw line, she still managed to make things happen for New Albany when times felt a little dire. And that's kind of what you need. She is one of the oldest players on the team. She is one of the few juniors on this New Albany squad, and you can tell that her leadership is definitely improving as the season progresses. But what do you think, Lydia?
I'm also going to have to give it to Emily Spainhour for the Camp Quality Kentuckiana Player of the Game. She, I remember being disappointed in seeing her foul out or get in foul trouble so quickly last game against Evansville Rights. That was something that Cooper and I just watched those fouls go up and up and up and just watched her disappear from the game. So
I think that with Evansville Rights, though, it was like, how can we get the ball out
that
of
is
their
true.
hands? In Avon today, she was able to really control the game better.
Yes.
And I think that's what's putting her, in our forefront, in the front of our minds as our Camp Quality Kentuckiana Player of the Game before the New Albany Bulldogs.
She did play a great game, and she should be proud of her performance. I saw her mom in the stands cheering
She's at
and
every
screaming,
game. Miss Spainhour, the legend that you are.
And I was worried for the ref of what Miss Spainhour was, how she was acting anyways. And it was both sides.
She's a former Lady Bulldog, part of the team that won state back in the 90s, so she's got a lot of
legacy there.
She's got a legacy here, yes, of course. Well, I think that's going to do us, Lydia, for our Karis College postgame show.
Thank you for tuning in to our Karis College postgame show, our County Councilman Tony Turan stat recap, and for listening to the Camp Quality Kentuckiana Players of the Game. This is 88.1 WNAS New Albany. Thank you for tuning in.